I'm typically a really positive person. People who know me know that, but I'm also a realistic person. And when the pandemic hit, there were people in our industry that kept saying, this is going to be short term. We're going to be back to doing events in the spring, maybe the fall. And I just didn't believe that would be the case. And I remember very clearly having a meeting with my senior leadership team early on and saying, we're done. I mean, events are done for 2020. We need to start thinking about how we're going to build a bridge to 2021. So with that in mind, I made some really difficult decisions. I had to lay off a ton of amazing people, but I promised them that it was my goal to kind of keep the company and the brand alive and then bring them back when things improved. So the first round of PPP enabled me to do that for some of them. And then what I did then is I split them up into teams to identify new lines of business. Because even though you couldn't gather people in a room, there was a business purpose to our event, and that client's business purpose still existed. So we had to figure out how to meet those needs. So we looked at a lot of different possible sources of revenue. And in the end, we really agreed that together that going all in on virtual meeting design was the right thing to do. So they were all part of that decision, and that helped. And then when I made that decision, I then paid for all of us to get trained and professionally certified in virtual event and meeting management, because I knew that even if I couldn't keep them on once the PPP funds ran out, that I was kind of setting them up for success as independent contractors. So they helped decide where we would pivot, and then they appreciated the training that they received, I think.